Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Power of Energy Healing Show. I'm Christy Warnick, a spiritual, intuitive, and energy healer. And I have here with me my guest today, returning guest. It's been a little while, but we got him back. Peter Schenk is here to join me. And he really inspired me with a recent YouTube video that he did. And I loved the message there. And I'm just going to mention just real quickly, we're really going to get into finding the light in the darkness. And so he's going to somewhat, recreate that, in which, like I said, I received a lot of inspiration from that because I've already been, it's funny how things just show up and it's like, yes, it's like I've already in my own way been is something similar, or it's along those same lines or whatever. And so it really resonated with me what he was talking about, because I was just like, yes, and that would really be inspiring for others. So I wanted to have him come on here so that he could explain that and share that with you all, because I felt that it was very beneficial. And so I just want to welcome everyone that's joining me. Special time today. And so be sure to help us share this out, invite your friends. And I've already done the same. So be sure to do that. And let's just get right into it, Peter. I guess first we're going to start with a water blessing, and then I'll get you to kind of, discuss more about what the YouTube video was about and what the topic of today is.
Sure. Thank
Okay.
you. So, for those of you that don't know me, I do everything with water, and water has been the explosion, the catalyst in everything I do today, from software to shows to water blessings and all of it. So, very simply, water is the most programmable material on the planet, hands down. And the consciousness of the water will help you to achieve anything that you set forth simply by honoring it. So you can just start off with a glass of bottled water, tap water, whatever you want in any container, and you simply raise your left hand over it 3 inches and spread your fingers. In a second, you're going to start to feel that energy run down through your hand into the water. Once you start to feel it, we're going to honor it. Now, energy that's in physical form and non-physical form will do absolutely anything for you as long as you acknowledge its existence. And there's 8 magical words that help you achieve that. Simply put your attention on the water and repeat out loud, I honor the space in which you exist. And almost instantaneously, you're going to feel the energy continue to move faster. It can come as a straight up bolt of lightning. It can be heat. It can be pinpricklies, but there's no mistake once the energy is moving through your hand. You just hold it there for 10 or 15 seconds. And then this is just a general goodwill blessing. I like doing these at the beginning of shows that I do because it kind of sets the mood and the tone, and it just, brings in magic. So, first thing you'll notice is the taste and the texture. It's silky smooth. Ooh, this one is really smooth. And once it flows into your body, you'll feel the energy starting to permutate out. And typically it starts in the center, and it is, it's an explosion outward. So I do these quite frequently when I do shows.
Awesome. Okay, so if you watching this live or on the replay, put in the comments if you're just now joining us and you missed that, then be sure to go back and you can watch this on the replay and it works then too. And put in the comments what you noticed in a difference with that. And so Lynn has an interesting. Okay, I heard that water that takes over 40 turns to get you is nearly dead. I don't know. I don't know. So that's interesting, though. But that's the reason why when you bless the water, though, it revives it. It really does.
So let's be really clear about that. Okay?
Yeah,
I
intention.
only know one way to do this, and it works every single time. Aquaware and all the software products, but particularly, predominantly Aquaware, has the ability to remove the programming and the energy and the memories, more importantly, of wherever the water has ever been, just through using water preparation. When you're doing this type of blessing, we don't have to go to that level. The water just accepts you with all the energy and memories that it contains. And when you ingest it, it's really just blessed. And that's where we're at. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So now, okay. Okay, so Nancy Louise says, I think she means 40 turns through the system to get to your home. Not sure. So what do you say again? I honor the space in which you exist.
Universal 8 magical words. Put everything in creation on notice to help you achieve whatever you need to.
Yeah. So people are just mentioning stuff about water. But okay, so all right. So let's get started. So I was inspired by your video, so let's start there.
So that particular video, so I've achieved I think 800 or 900 videos on my YouTube channel. And they're everything from body geometries to tidbits of information to instructions and videos and all that. But a large portion of them is just information that I give away freely in a way that I believe it's easy for people to understand. And I've built everything I do on terms of simplicity, because in simplicity is true power, and true power is, has the ability to change lives for the light. So I got inspired to do this video from A, being in a dark place myself, B, watching other people's be in a dark place. And as I started working through the mechanics of my mind of how things really kind of work behind the scenes, it just kind of dawned on me, this is easy. It's very, very simple. And the whole concept was simple. So to kind of understand the concept, you have to understand my thinking. In the summer of 2004, my consciousness was completely and radically altered forever. And when I looked back, that's a place that I would never want to go to again, because now as expanding, my consciousness has been expanding, and I've been creating, and in this forward motion that just snowballs into all kinds of beautiful creations. So in my belief system, I don't believe in good versus bad, light versus dark. They don't exist anymore. What exists are levels of vibration. Okay. So in my belief system, I believe everything emulates from source. Source is the Godhead, it's Buddha, it's Jesus, it's the universe. Okay. And there are rings that emulate outside of source. And the first one is the archangels. And the further you move out from source, the lower something vibrates. Okay. So when we talk about this three-dimensional reality that we live in, where something would seem dark or evil or, in that genre, I just consider it low vibration. And it's just an easy way for my human mind to get around these higher realms of information that a lot of people just don't get. So what I've done is I've been able to bring a lot of that information down to earth in simple videos, explaining them in a really simple manner. So the concept that I used in that YouTube video was simple. Okay, if you are in a room that has no doors and no windows, and it's completely black, okay, pitch black, the darkest darkness you can think of, what happens when you turn on the brightest light? Darkness is gone. Okay, so in that part of the concept, we now understand that the darkness can never exist within the light, ever. Okay, now if we take it a step further and you have a room that's filled with bright light, can the darkness exist? It cannot. So the darkness can never exist without the light, but the light can always exist without the darkness. So the way the story progressed in the video, it was about letting go of your past. And with this, armed with this type of information, it became a very, very powerful tool in my mind. I was like, man, I got to get this out there. And I had practiced this over and over. So, most people today are stuck in the present based on something that they've experienced in the past, not allowing them to move forward in the future. Okay, so we are in there now in the 3D representing past, present, and future. Okay, and it's typically the past that always keeps us stuck. So when you look at something in your past, right, that just gives you the angst. It makes you breathe heavy. It makes you nervous. You know, it just gives you the EBGBs. It just scares you, right? That is low vibration, and it's smart. It's very smart, and it will keep you stuck in the present, unable to move forward in the future. But based on those concepts that I just shared with you, we now know that if you have the ability, and you have to do this, and I believe it, me, if you practice this concept, you will obliterate for on every level for all time anything in your past that's keeping you stuck today. And that simply is, you will look at that black mass. Okay, and that's exactly what it is. It's low vibration. It's scary to look at. But inside that moving tentacles of nothing, there is a pinprick of light. And the idea is to locate the light, but simply by closing your eyes and honoring the space in which it exists. I honor the space in which you exist, and instantly a pinprick of light comes out of nowhere in the center of that darkness. And if you concentrate on it, it just comes forward and it just obliterates at light speed. There's no question. There's no work involved. There's nothing except the light that allows you in the moment to move forward in the future.
It's almost like what I visualized when you said that was, when you say I honor the space in which you exist, that's like turning on the light switch, and it can just um, I know that's just one way to kind of look at it, but
Absolutely.
it's that's just what I saw. It's just like that is the light switch,
That's
or it can be, or it can be another, if they believe in another word, whatever, but it's that light switch turning on that light.
the beauty about what information I bring through is that you can use it in any way that is perfect for you.
Yes.
Any way that's conducive.
So people that have questions about this, and I have people that message me sometimes, am I doing this right? And what about this and this and this and this? It's like, there is no right or wrong. Do what works best for you. Find whatever that is.
There is no right way. There is no wrong way. There's only the perfect way for you.
And the more people let go of that right or wrong way, and if, because that's fear, they're afraid that they're doing it wrong. And what if there were no wrong way?
Exactly. But the mass that's in your past will feed you information that you are doing it wrong. That's why, as humans, we overcomplicate absolutely every facet of our lives continuously.
I was talking about that earlier today.
Through everything we do, we overcomplicate again and again and again.
Because it really is, it can be so simple. I mean, it's just like, it just is. But yet, it's like all this programming, all this conditioning, and everyone is so confused, and it's because there really is something very simple in there, but it seems too good to be true.
Exactly. and so, I've gotten feedback from people that have tried this method, and they said it's not working. And I said, well, how you doing? Well, like, I tried this and I tried that, and I'm trying and I'm trying, and I'm like, no. So another quick concept: you create your reality as you move through it. Every thought you have creates an action. That action creates a reaction. Okay, so for instance, if you go to bed in a pissed off mood, your dreams will reflect that. When you wake up in the morning, if you're having your first thoughts are negative, your whole day is going to be negative. But you go to bed with beautiful thoughts, your dreams will reflect that. And when you wake up in the morning, if you have beautiful thoughts, your your reality will reflect that. So at the baseline, word choice actually creates your reality. So if you are trying to do something,
you're thinking too much about it then.
You're not doing anything. You're stuck in neutrality, right? So here's one for you, okay? I am trying this technique to let go of my past, and I want you to say that right now.
I am trying this technique to let go of my past.
Exactly. How does it feel energetically?
Yeah, it's like I'm just thinking about it or
Exactly.
whatever, you know.
Now, I am working this technique, which I know will let go of my past. Say that.
Yes, I am working this technique and I know that it will let go of my past.
It will let go of your past.
It will.
You feel the vibrational difference?
Yeah, anytime there's a knowing versus a trying or thinking about something, it's going to have a stronger power to it.
But I guarantee you, 90% of the people that will work these techniques will use a word like trying when they're doing it. Look, you either are or you are not. It's kind of like some other stuff I did in the past. You know, I talked about being passionate and motivated to see a project through to completion. And I was very adamant that those two are only temporary. You have to be driven to see something through to the end. And when you're driven, you become this unstoppable energetic force. Between anything that comes between you and your end goal is instantly taken out by the universe, and you have this clear path as long as you're driven. So it's kind of like the same thing there. So word choice in utilizing these kind of techniques is really paramount. You have to be very mindful of what you're saying. You can always retract it on the fly, which is fine, but the concepts are just so easy. And when you become the observer and stop being the observee, then you really will truly understand the power that you have been given as your birthright. And as the observer, you would observe completely free and devoid of emotion and any type of judgment to see what really is happening. And from that observational point, you can create magic.
Yeah. And it's really and even with the words, it's the intention, right, that gives them the most power.
The intention does, sure, but you know, intentions are really powerful stuff. I mean, that they help drive creation.
Well, they can actually change the intention can change the vibration of a word or a thought or whatever. I mean,
Sure. No,
yeah.
absolutely. That's a great example. When we first came out with the Terra Resonator line, you know, I was very adamant about people not writing a nice pen on a piece of paper and folding it up and putting it on there. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. What you need to be doing is writing in big, bold Sharpie, I am in the perfect relationship. Fold it up in old parchment paper on some whacked out geometry and put it on there. Because when you are different, okay, you're spreading more love and light in the world, and ultimately that's what it's about. The universe takes notice of you at that point in time, and people were and are manifesting all kinds of wonderful things.
Yeah.
So
And see, me, though, I have such a strong intention and such strong, I guess, I know the power of intention. So I can just write it on a sticky note and put it on there and it's good to go. But some people, I mean, it's seriously for me because I do know that it's simple. But see, other people, it might help them with that visual to have it that bold. And that's the reason why you were obviously guided to show them and tell them that so that it would really, hey, this is doing something because it stood out to them. But for someone that already knows that it can be so simple and that their intentions are powerful, then it could be just something so small as, like I said, like I said, I'll use just like a sticky note, and I'll just stick it on there and I'm good to go.
yeah,
But it's because I can just leave it and let it go and just know that it's doing whatever because I had the best intentions for it. But other people, though, they're getting there, though. That's the reason why we do these shows, these videos, is to get them to that point to where they can know their own power.
yeah, yeah. So kind of bringing it back full circle, that light versus dark. It's such a you are in that type of situation. You are always the observer, always, and you kind of lose that. But when you're looking back at that black mass, however painful and scary and whatever had happened to you or you were a part of, you are the observer. the observer in real time looking back. And that gives you absolute power to pull that light through. And when that light comes through, it just takes anything out on any
Mm.
level, absolutely for all time.
Yeah, my show last week, I did came on by myself and was really, talking about how, you are not your story. That is not like in this moment, that is not who and what you are
Yeah,
because it's past. It's
exactly.
in the past. And so it can be so simple. A lot of people want to go back to their past so that they can heal things. And a lot of times they get caught up in that instead of being now and let, that can heal by just being in the now.
Well, it's also, where am I going with this? So it's kind of the way I work energetically and have been for a long time, where a lot of people go to doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, healers, seeker shamans. I mean, the whole gamut. And they're good people, they do good work, but they deal with what I call the attachment. That's what manifests on the physical surface based on an attachment, which is the energetic cause, which can be in your physical body, your light body, or your surroundings. And, because I can see that, I can pull it out very quickly. And the outside of that, is where they're going to make you feel good for a little while, but ultimately it's going to come back in some capacity.
Yeah. And like you said, shining that light on it so that it raises that vibration. And can do so very, very quickly, instantly, like you said. All right. So how do people go about, um, like, is there another, like, I don't know, I'm seeing like a visual, like another example of a visual that we can provide for them for some reason. I don't know why that's coming in, but, um,
For letting go of your past.
either that or something to do with that light, because it's like they're that pinprick of light. Like I said, we said the light switch, yes, but there's, I don't know, there's something else coming in to do with that whole thing, but and it may be to do with the past though. Do you have any other?
Well, I mean, you're only limited by your imagination. I could explain it 2 dozen ways. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
could you could look at it from this perspective, and this would be a little simpler. I don't know if it would be more effective, but
That, I think that's what's coming is helping people to not only for this, but to, the best ways for them to change that perspective. And a lot of times is, and kind of what's coming in with this is when you have those negative thoughts or things like that, is really finding a way to change that perspective though too.
so there's there's a lot of ways, but we all hear. So when you use visualization in what you want to do, that's actually being the observer, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And we all kind of hear that cliche, cut the cords with your past, right? But when you're saying it and you maybe think it for a second, you're not actually you're not in the act of creation at that point. So if you wanted maybe another way to do this with that cliche, what you could do is just kind of think of, you're on a trajectory, right? You're in your own bubble, your own consciousness is the center of your universe, and you are moving forward. And you're moving, let's just say, through a tunnel, okay? And if you become the observer very quickly and you like stop, pause, and turn around, and you see all of these cords that are attached to you in that tunnel, just take out a pair of scissors and cut them. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, it, letting go of your past based on conditioning is so incredibly hard to do. It's so hard to do. But when you look at it from an evolved consciousness, utilizing very simple concepts and energetic techniques, it's very simple to do. It's very simple to do, thereby freeing you up in the moment, allowing you to move forward in the future.
And also allowing to come into your, not just your mind, but that programming, that conditioning. I've been doing videos about explaining a little bit about how to go about finding your truth, and really those things that if it's not a need to or have to be true for you, then once you recognize it as not being that, it's much easier to let go, because you realize that it's not truly yours, like as in yours, as in that true self. But we are high vibrational beings. That highest source is within all of us, and that can shine through every part of your mind and body and shift and heal and clear and resolve things. But it's getting to that point to where that is more of your programming, basically, than all this other stuff that you've been told and heard and believed and things like that, right? So what if you could start transforming that just by knowing that, by believing that? So I've been really passionate recently about helping people to find that true self, helping them to recognize in a way what that can do, that power of that true self.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But,
So, yeah.
you have to remember too, we're all chemically different. We all speak
Everyone is different.
languages. We're just all different. And, you're working with someone that doesn't know the world exists the way that me and you do. Right? And I see everything fairly simple these days. And when you're working with somebody that doesn't understand it the way we do, you have to arise to the occasion where you can show them things that are so simple, just simple techniques. And I mean, we've taught each other quite a bit, and those simple techniques then become very powerful once they start to grasp the basics, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so it really is us showing up and just saying, hey, this can be much more simple.
Oh yeah.
and much easier than all this stuff, because that's so much of the confusion that's going on, is because there's so much information. But if you can simplify that, then they can get these aha moments for themselves, and it's like bam, and then things shift so instantly.
Okay.
It's like the speed of light there, and even faster. But yeah, so things can, and so it really is. I love inspiring people, and my thing is inspiration plus determination equals transformation. And that's just something that's kind of stuck with me, because it is very simple.
Yeah.
But really everything, if you simplify it, everything is energy, and anything, it really is possible. And so, but I do want to also, unless there was anything else you wanted to do to wrap that up, I do want to mention your newest product that I've tested out this past week. You good to go?
I would just say to people, letting go of your past is easier than you can imagine when you apply very simple but powerful energetic techniques to it. And I have spent almost 20 years not reading anybody else's ideas, not copying, not anything. I've always had my own source of trusted information, and that's the universe. And I've spent a lot of time on the other side learning, studying, understanding, and bringing those techniques here to make them simple and fun through radically different products and services. But, always taking the first step is the hardest. But once you have that ability, that's where the real magic is.
Yeah, you gain that momentum, and things just happen. They start happening. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So, newest product, received it a few days ago. The Terra Resonator Tornado, and it's got the Moldavite in it. And these are a little trickier to get out than the other ones. It's got the Moldavite. I'll see if I can get that up there. Moldavite. Okay. And also, let me see if I can get one of these other ones out here without turning the whole thing upside down, which I may do. Is rubies. you added rubies. And we were talking right before the show about how the rubies really are bringing that a really amazing feminine energy to this. Yeah, I got one. Like I said, they're down in there good. Okay, come on, let go. All right, here we go. So there are wonderful, beautiful rubies in there. Okay, so it's like every other one. So there's a moldavite and then there's a ruby. So there's 4 of each of those. That's a total of 8. Then you've got the jet in the middle and then the quartz crystal or the crystal plate in the middle that has the sacred geometry on it. So I don't want to tilt it too much because I want it to kind of stay. But yeah, this, and then it has all the symbols that you have there on the sides and on the top as well. So what I did with this, I'm about to do a testimonial on this. So be sure to look out for that. It'll be showing up soon. And so what I did was I went to the store this weekend, Saturday, I believe. Yes, Saturday. And while I was there, I got some fresh cut flowers. So this is what they look like. Okay. All right. So I got these. And so when I got them, so I checked, like when I first got them, I checked the light score. I was just like, how can I test this so that I can just see what this thing is doing, you know? And so the light score of it, of the flowers, okay, when I first got them, were 63 out of 100. And then it had been in the flowers had been in my home for like a day. It was like right at a day. And it had gone to 74 because things in my home seem to, the frequency and the vibration light score, all that seems to raise in my home because I've got all these things in my house. And also just an intention overall. I just, send out that energy. But in less than 2 hours, it went to a 99, just like that. And the way that it works, because someone's saying, how does it work? Someone's saying that. Oh, and hey, David. Okay. So how does it work? So basically, this helps with like manifesting. It helps anything that you put on it. It helps with raising the frequency, the vibration, the light score, those kinds of things. And so, like I said, by putting the flowers and sitting them on top of here, I put them in a thing of water, put it on top of here, and it went from a 74 to a 99 in less than 2 hours, the light score. And so that's what it does. When you put something on here, whether it be something to drink, something that you're eating, a snack, whatever, whether it be an object or anything really, and you can write down intentions like he was talking about before, writing intentions down on a piece of paper, putting it on there, it really helps to align so that those things manifest more quickly and easily. And unless you want to add something to that, Peter, but that's my description. That's the best I could come up with at the moment on the fly here.
I appreciate it. That was pretty spot on. It's important to recognize that the Terra Resonator Typhoon, which came out a couple months ago, and the forthcoming Terra Resonator Tornado, which will be released in the next day or two, are second generation technology. So in the first generation, we had 4 different types of TRs that ranged from $197 to $2,500, and they have been doing amazing things for people. In the second generation, I wanted to bring the cumulative knowledge of the high-end TRs and the mid-range and figure out a way to make this new product line much more powerful and much more affordable for people. And we have been very successful in doing that. In the Terra Resonator Typhoon, which was second generation, but the first one born in the new product line. And this is the forthcoming Terra Resonator Tornado, which is the replacement for the Mini. This is the first product I've ever created that utilizes uncut rubies, and these rubies are very, very special. I acquired them in a place that most people wouldn't think of, and I acquired close to 6,000 carats of them. So each uncut ruby is about, average weight is about 14 and a half carats. So they are very, very powerful. This product is coming with 1 gram pieces of moldavite, In the original Mini, we used Moldavite chips. This Moldavite is much more powerful. We've incorporated the sacred geometry from the creation box that we co-created late last year on there. All of that energy is drawn up from Mother Earth. It goes through the energetic channels. It's pushed into the inverted pyramid. That piece of jet collects all of that energy and just blasts up into lab-grown quartz crystal. So some people ask me, why do I use lab-grown quartz crystal? Well, it's simple. Because it was created for me to use in these products. There is no memories. There is no energy. It's virgin. And when that energy hits it and activates the sacred geometry that's in there, it's complete game on. And these are very, very powerful tools at an affordable price. And like anything I create, you are given a toolbox to create art in your world or beauty in your world. And it's up to you on how you choose to use them.
Yeah. And if anyone has any questions about that, put that in the comments. And if anyone's interested in finding out more about any of these products, you can go to moderndaymystic.com. And if you're here, part of the Akashic Academy, if you've been paying attention to the page, Peter will be back. Maybe there he is. Okay. So the Akashic Academy, the network, so like my show and the daily shows are going to be moving. So each of us are, if we decide to continue with our shows, we're going to do those from our own pages or groups. So after next week, so August the 18th will be the last day for the weekly or daily live shows. Emily's still going to be doing some shows from here, but the network is going to be changing there a little bit. But I'm still going to be doing shows. And like I said, Emily did an announcement earlier today. You can watch that video. And so if you want to jump on over to my page and just follow that, because I'm going to be doing some shows after next week, which I already do some anyway. And you can, and Peter will be coming on with me there too. And so be sure to, and I have other guests, and also I do, sometimes I'll just pull a card for the day or something like that, whatever I'm guided to share in that moment. So be sure to follow my Facebook page if you want to get notifications of when I go live or when I schedule videos or and I post inspirational posts every day from there. So it's facebook.com/ChristyWarnick1. And I already put the links in the comments below, so you can go there. So you can, check that out. I'll be, like I said, after next week, I'll be moving my show there. I might be revamping it. I might be doing something else new and improved with it. I'm not sure yet. I'm just allowing that guidance to come in. And so it's going to be, it's a fun, it's just, things are changing, and it's for the better though. There's amazing things happening for everyone these days. And that's just, it's just part of this evolution. It's part of what we're, all of these things. And so definitely, just go with the flow with this. All the replays are going to be on the Akashic Academy page still. All of mine are on my YouTube channel as well. And so we're still going to be here through August 18th, and then Emily's going to still be here at the Akashic Academy. So be sure to stay here with everyone, and she's going to be having us come on and join her sometimes. And inside the membership there is going to, we're going to have it's going to be more about the training. She really wants to get into the training. So we're going to have each of the trainers, the show hosts here can come on as a trainer actually, and we're going to be doing Zoom actual meetings so that you can interact even more, and we can actually see you and you can see us and type of things like that. So it's just amazing. So the links to join the membership are in the comments as well. So check that out. And yeah, so let's see. Where can these, okay, that moderndaymystic.com. I'm going to put that in the comments. I popped it up on the screen there for a minute, but I'll put it in the comments as well after the show, so you can go to the website there. If you go to my website, it actually has a link to his website as well. But yes, so, okay, so she's definitely going to check that out. All right, so anything else? Because I'm going to announce from last week that shared out. So every week, and I'll continue to do this some from my page too, but when you share out the video, I pick someone each week for a free remote lightweight balancing session. It balances your chakras, your elementals, body systems. People just really enjoy that because it really just gets them back into balance, and they have this, a lot of them feel just peace, or some of them just feel amazing. Some people fall asleep and wake up feeling great. It just depends. But Karen Palmer, she shared out last week, and so I'll be contacting her. So Karen Palmer, if you're watching this or on the replay, I'll be getting in touch with you, so check your messages. And I have a couple of accelerator images. I do these at the end of each of the shows here. Blue Starfire came in today, renewed energy and power. If you'd like to receive the energy or the frequencies of this, I'll show you what that looks like. This really helps with new projects and things too. So I'm going to just send this out for anyone that would like to receive that. And then there are a couple more here. These came in with today's topic. And, you know, when I just say, okay, this is what today's show is about, which ones are going to be best for today. Next one is Cosmic Star Shield, a gift from Alpha Centauri, and it's inspiration and protection. So this one really, that's the light for you. And these are by Brian DeFlores of Light Quest International, but I love the images, and they really do have really good energy to them. So I'm sending that out to you if you'd like to receive that. The last one I have here is Land of 1,000 Suns, Lumerian Time Gate Accelerator, Sun Energy, and Renewed Enthusiasm. And this is what it looks like. So there's a theme going on here. It's light. So sending this out to everyone that would like to receive this. And I love that all this kind of comes together because Peter comes up with these amazing symbols. He just gets that, channels that true symbol for these things. What are the symbols that are on this Terra Resonator here? You've got,
so around the sides are the true names for earth, air, water, and fire. And then, of course, on the device on the top itself, we have presence, source, love, and energy.
Yeah.
And all of the symbology helps, you know, cultivate and transform that energy up into, and transfer that energy into anything you place on them.
Okay. And I'm just going to send out this energy and let me know if anyone can feel that. I like the little picture there, huh, Josephine? I love Groot. Okay, so, all right, so I'm just going to send this out for just a minute here. Just let me know if you, okay, so it's not on the, when is it going to be for sale on the website, Peter?
The product is probably going to launch tomorrow night or definitely by Thursday evening.
Okay, so this week, so check back because she was saying it's not on the website yet. But so yeah, it will be.
Just FYI, these products sell out within sometimes a few hours of their launch. So.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just sending this out. The intention that this go out to you. So you can just let me know if you sense anything different with that. There we go. And I'm just going to check just really quickly. I'm not going to check the light score before and after, but I just want to see if that changed the light score or what percentage that changed, like a light score or frequency or vibration, as far as that increasing just by doing that for just that minute. I'm just curious. So let's just see. I mean, any small amount is a major thing for that, just that second, right? So let's see. It increased? Yes. How many, what percentage from where it was to what it is now? So it may have already been high. So, you know, this is out of 100. So let's just ask what percentage that increased. 14% is what I'm getting. Just in that minute, it can, I mean, it can increase something 14% just in that short amount of time, just by, and really it's an unlimited thing, but I was just curious as to, with everyone that was here with us, if that, you know, made a difference. So let me know if you felt anything different with that, if you feel better, if you feel different. Somebody said that they got super sleepy. That can be a good thing. And so got palpitations for a minute. So that's just probably, yeah, and just the energy change in there. Yes, it is Jet. Yes. felt energy. Good. So I was just curious. I just want to do my short little experiment there for a moment. But like I said, it's with these amazing intentions. All of the elementals are there, the four elements, and then the others. And this really does come together to make something amazing that can, make, like I said, flowers. I mean, changing that just in that short period of time. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you for joining me, Peter.
You're welcome. Thank you, Christy. Good night, everyone.
I can feel my hands. Good. Glad you can feel your hands. That's great. All right. So I will see you next week. I'm going to have on with me next week Haley Lynn, and she's going to be on talking about lucid dreaming. We're just going to have some fun with that show. Like I said, if you follow my Facebook page, after next week, I'll be doing some more stuff from my page. So, check that out. And everything is on my website, ChristyWarnick.com. And so I will see everyone next week. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Peter, for being here. And everyone have a wonderful night or day wherever you are in the world. I'll see you next time.